What happens when a master spy, an elite assassin, and a telepathic child unite to make an unexpected family? Mayhem, humor, and tears mix in with a world of espionage and tricks, but also an unexpected affection of family bonds. This is what happens with a brilliant spy's accidental vow to a cold-blooded killer. Twilight, whose original name is unknown, was raised in a war-stricken region where he lost his family at a young age. As a kid, he experienced firsthand the cruelty of war itself, witnessing death, destruction, and betrayal. This is what crystallized his fundamental motivation to create a world where no child would be forced to undergo what he had experienced. Kinda like Itachi from Naruto. Determined not to go to war, he abandoned his previous identity, dedicated himself to espionage, and became the greatest Westalian spy. His skills in deception, combat, and gathering intel made him the greatest agent at Westalian Intelligence Services. But his work compelled him to sacrifice his feelings and relationships, constantly forming fake relationships and breaking them off before Twilight. He existed only to maintain Westalis and Ostania at peace. But that peace seemed to be on the verge of collapsing when an important diplomat of Westalis dies in a car accident in Ostania. The Westalis government knew it was an assassination by the opposing party from Ostania. They send the only man for the job, Twilight. His target? Donovan Desmond, leader of the opposition party, is the biggest threat to the truce between Westalis and Ostania. Twilight's mission is to get close to him and investigate. However, Donovan only attends social gatherings at his son's school. Twilight must don a new identity, this time as a father. Operation Strix. Twilight must get access to the esteemed Ostanian Eden Academy, so Twilight gets a new personality, Loid Forger, a good psychiatrist. But there needs to be members of a family, right? So he goes to an orphanage to look for a kid, and stumbles upon Anya. Loid has no idea Anya's not an ordinary kid. She's telepathic, a guinea pig from a high-clearance laboratory who has the talent for reading minds. The moment she learns her new dad is a spy, she's thrilled, and quickly insists he brings her along, proving herself smart by employing her ability. Loid, thinking he's got a genius kid, brings her home. Unbeknownst to him, though, Anya is a handful. She's struggling to study, getting into trouble, and even getting kidnapped. Luckily, Twilight's spy experience comes through, and she gets rescued. Anya is now more determined than ever to stay with her cool new dad. There remains one problem, however. This fake family needs a mother figure. Along comes Yor Briar. Yor Briar, also known as Yor Forger, was born in the impoverished and politically unstable Ostania, where she found herself tasked with taking care of her younger brother, Yuri, after their parents were killed. She was trained at a young age as an assassin by an unknown organization to feed him, and gained the reputation of being the Thorn Princess. During the day, Yor is a reserved and courteous civil servant at Berlin City Hall, but beneath her sweet personality is a superhumanly strong, agile, and deadly assassin. Her profession as an assassin has socially handicapped her, as she cannot comprehend normal social interactions, frequently misreading situations with a naive but lovable mentality. She needs a fake husband to divert attention away from her workmates, while Loid needs a wife to maintain his cover. When she meets Loid Forger, she sees an opportunity to maintain a double life, pretending to be his wife to avoid any suspicion, and continuing to do secret missions. They both need the same thing, and they come to a mutual marriage of convenience. And just like that, the Forger family is born. Operation Strix Step 1, enrolling Anya at Eden Academy. But first, she has to survive a tough entrance exam. Miraculously, she does despite her dubious IQ, thanks in part to some last-minute interference by Loid. Eden Academy is strict, and the interviews are designed to expose any weakness in a family's background. As they step inside the academy, their brains are quickly upstaged by the reality that the school does not simply desire knowledge, it desires elegance. The halls are kept guard by stern but refined housemaster Henry Henderson, a staunch believer in grace and elegance, who measures them from the very entrance. Loid, always prepared, has trained his impersonation family on proper etiquette, but Eden Academy is no different. Already at the door, the test takers have set up a stealth test. Families that can sense and react to it will be qualified. As the Forgers walk by, they see a group of dirty children who look disturbed. Yor inquires if they need help, but Loid recognizes it as a test at once. Instead of dismissing them, he gives out spare clothing, as if they planned for this situation. Henry Henderson is left stunned, and there, another crisis. A breakout among one of the school's animals. A whole herd of rampaging cows bulldozes school buildings, leaving a trail of destruction. Without hesitation, Yor steps in. Using her assassin training, she swiftly puts down the lead cow with one quick pressure point strike, calming the entire herd. Loid, ever the think on his feet master, adjusts his tie and congratulates Yor on playing like a real mother protecting her child. Anya pets the cow. Henry Henderson is more than impressed. The other examiners are rendered speechless, but he thinks the Forgers could be the most refined family he's ever had the pleasure of examining. Then, the Forgers are required to sit with the intimidating housemaster Henry Henderson and other interviewers. Things turn grim when one of the interviewers mocks Anya's past as an orphan, and she cries uncontrollably. Loid barely manages to keep his temper in check and almost gets discovered, but due to their genuine family bond, Henry Henderson is impressed. Despite not being accepted immediately, they are given a spot on the waiting list due to their good performance. Ultimately, Anya gets accepted into Eden Academy, getting Loid his first step towards the fulfillment of his mission. The Forgers celebrate, and Loid prepares her for the elite social class at school. Anya, meanwhile, wants a reward for all her hard work. She wants to recreate a spy mission from Spy Wars, her favorite TV show. Loid, despite being exhausted, humors her by arranging a fake mission with wise agents. Anya gets to play the role of the kidnapped princess, and Loid, fully equipped with spy gadgets, rescues her. Anya's first day at Eden Academy begins, and Loid instructs her to befriend Donovan Desmond, the son of Donovan Desmond. This is for the sake of Operation Strix. Things don't go as planned, however. After Damien insults Anya, she punches him in the face, earning her very first Tenitris bolt, a demerit, instead of friendship. Despite this rocky start, Damien develops a secret crush on Anya, but he won't admit it. Meanwhile, Loid's keeping an eye on Anya's life at school, even resorting to sneaking undercover as a teacher just to keep her on her toes. But Anya's biggest challenge? Learning. Anya's terrible at school. Yor's little brother, Yuri Breyer, stops by unannounced after finding out his sister has been married for a year without him knowing. Yuri is secretly an Ostanian secret police agent who has it in his assignment to track down spies such as Twilight. He's overly fond of his sister and is instinctively suspicious of Loid. To attempt their marriage, Yuri demands that Loid and Yor kiss in front of him. The scene turns into a frantic catastrophe when Yor, blushing, nearly slaps Yuri unconscious. Though he remains skeptical, Yuri leaves without uncovering Loid's secret. Unknown to Yuri, Loid was able to figure out his secret identity. Anya's biggest enemy remains school. Loid's hopes for her to be an academic star are dwindling. Anya is nothing like the super genius Loid had dreamed of. Having watched her, he realizes it is almost impossible to earn stars as an academic. Certain that there has to be a better way, Loid settles on Anya accruing stars for extracurriculars. But after she fails in sports, he considers volunteer service. He drops her off to work at a hospital, with her charm guaranteed to get the volunteer's reputation launched in no time. But Anya being Anya, she completely blows it. Instead of doing any good, she creates more mess, throws medicine off a counter, annoys patients, and is tossed from the volunteer program. Just when all hope seems lost, a dramatic situation unfolds. In the hospital, a small boy accidentally falls into the pool, and no one notices in time. Anya does, however, hear his frantic cries for help through her telepathic ability. She can't tell Loid because he doesn't know about her telepathy. Instead, she runs and plunges into the water to save him, but she begins to lose consciousness. Luckily, Loid is there to save them both. Thanks to her courage, the boy is saved, and Eden Academy awards her very first Stella Star. Loid is overjoyed. This is the breakthrough he has long been waiting for. Anya is excited too, and typical Anya fashion, insists on a reward immediately. What does she desire? A dog. If you enjoyed watching the recap and would love to see more of these videos, then like, comment, and subscribe. Tell us what you'd like to see next on this channel. Until next time.